Hi guys, Rhonda without an H here with you today. Okay, I am really excited to show you what I've been working on for the past few weeks. I actually have some notebooks that I'm going to put in my Etsy store. I know, I hardly ever put journals in my store, but I've just been so much having fun with these, and there's no way I can use them all, so I want to share. And this video, this is going to be a two-part video. Well, two videos with the same subject. So this one I'm going to show you some of my journals and let you see what I'm doing. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how I do these covers that I'm really excited about. So for those of you that would rather do it yourself, I'm going to give you some tips and what I did. And for those of you that would, that's great, but I don't have a sewing machine or I don't particularly want to sew, then I have some in my Etsy store. So by the time you see this video, they will be uploaded in my Etsy store with the links below. Anyway, so let's get started. As those of you that follow me know, I am a lover of all things stitched and combined mixed media. I love, 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 love combining paper and fabric. And you throw in some glassine and get some good crinkle going, and I'm totally in heaven. Totally in heaven. So what I wanted to do was to create some journals that gave that feel for me. Anyway, so what I have done, and I have, I maybe like purple. Yes, indeed, I do. Oh, there's another purple. But not to be outdone, we'll throw some pink in there, and then let's get some other colors going. Some yellows, some blues. And who doesn't like red occasionally too? Yes. And another yellow. And let's combine some red and green and blue and all things yummy. All right, so let me clear this off just a little bit and share with you how I have evolved with this process. So the first journal, little notebook that I created was this one. Very, very prim, very proper, very sweet. Not terribly frou-frou, not, a ton of embellishments. And I love doing things Midori style so that you can take out whatever you have inside and you can replace it. Okay? So this is what I did first. And this started in October 2019 and goes through 2021. This holds one of those, those inexpensive little planners, okay? And I just thought that was fun. I wanted to combine combine the paper and the fabric, my two loves. And let me take that out for you so you can see. So this is a gorgeous paper that I picked up several years ago. It's like a cardstock thickness, but it has these ridges. It's just really, really cool. And so it's got a lot of stiffness on its own. And I created some flaps that I crazy quilted. In quilting terms, crazy quilting is a term. And then I quilted the outside as well. And I wanted to, this is actually a glassine pocket. You can hear a little bit. So from glassine bags that I had glued images to the fronts of. And I had a lot of these, so I wanted to find something to do with, you know, we're always looking for ways to use up our scraps and whatnot. So I created a front little pocket, which I thought, oh, that's fun. So you can put a tag in, and I stitched around the outside, used some fabric selvages and just the fun colors, and added a little bit of some vintage. This is a doily that I have, and I liked it, and I still do like it. And then I thought, you know, let's do another one. Let's see how we're liking them. So then I did this one, very plain as far as embellishing goes. I didn't put a pocket on it or anything. But this I created from, you know, when I've got a video, and I'll try and remember to link the video, where out of your scrap fabrics and threads and ribbons and things, you create new fabric. That's what this is. So I wanted to use a piece of that and had a wonderful time with it. Did this a little bit differently. All I did was cover with the fabric with this paper behind it, like I showed you in the previous one. And I liked that. And then she said, she did say, she's like, well, okay, let's continue. What if I want to make it a little more quilty? I want to, you know, do a little bit more with that. And so then this was my next journal. And I just, and this time I actually was like, you know what? I want to do my own notebook. I want to do my scrappy. I want to do my papers and do some fun things in here because, you know, maybe I want to write. Maybe I don't want to have a calendar. So I created this, and I created this notebook cover to put it in, combining the scrappy and some fabric, and I added some batting, and I kept the pocket, only I, you know, gave it a little tilt, started doing a little bit more scrappy, started adding some lace, and a little bit more frou-frou, you know, a little dangle. Well, the others have dangles too, and I deliberately, excuse me, I deliberately kept this plain, because who wants to scoot in an adorable cover, front cover, if it's just going to be, come on, get in there. Yeah. If you're just going to hide it away. So that, you know, that didn't make any sense. So that's why I did that plain. And this was born, and I had fun doing it, and it's like, okay, now what if we want to do something a little different around here, kind of jazz that up a little bit. And the next one was this one, where I went around my edges. I added a little more frou-frou, you know, to my tags and to the elastic, more lace, and just, you know, this, anyway, I was just like, okay, I really like this. This is great. Okay, we're doing it. We're good here. So that is what I did, and I still created the pockets, and this one I lined with just some pretty pansy fabric and very purpley, and here you have just a fun notebook that you can write in, that you can use as a glue book, you can put pictures in, you can create, I mean, yummy. And still had the flap so that, you know, you scooch it in. And then this is, maybe this is a little scary, but you guys, this is my thought process. When I'm creating things, sometimes it doesn't just all of a sudden, oh, I want to make this amazing whatever, and then it comes out amazing. It's like, that's okay. All right, I like it. It's definitely a process for me in the creating of things. But from that, I have come up with what I am so excited about. So excited to share with you. And like I said, these will be in my Etsy store. I have 7 of these notebooks that from start to finish, I am just loving everything. Looking at the threads, at the ribbons, at the fabrics, at the beading. And I don't do videos on my beading because I'm, no great shakes at that. But I'm loving the color combinations and just that little extra. And I love the elastic. They're all Midori style, so you can, put other notebooks back in. They all have these fabulous tags on the front. And on the inside, we did pockets. We created pockets that you can slip in some wonderful goodies. This is from Brown University College, and these are old computer, back in the day. Remember those? Or maybe you guys are too young. So we have some fun little embellishments. This is is this the ball pin? The closed bulb pin? Something like that. You can correct me or you can put it down there. So we have created a notebook for each one. So this is what they're like. You've got a guest check decorated on one side, and you've got this on the other side. And then, of course, you have your elastic in the middle. Now listen, guys. Do you hear that delicious crunch? Oh, how do I get that? You'll have to watch the next video. So here is my notebook that you can take in and out so you can decorate. I have embellished each one to match the colors somewhat, but you can definitely do more. But I've just had so much fun. These were just, I got in an antique store last year. There were some posters, paper posters, kind of a heavy paper, but not quite cardstock, but thicker than normal. And I got this beautiful one that had birds on it, and it had some pinks and blues and whatnot, and I just fell in love with it, and so I had to get it. And that's what all 7 of these journals will have. Isn't this gorgeous? This is just part of that. I just cut it up. I cut the poster up, almost like a masterboard in and of itself. It was so gorgeous that I didn't need to really do anything to it. But I did add, most of them say something different. What do they? I can't remember. We'll see as we go through. But a couple of them, she believed she could, so she did. Just something a little bit different here. And then I added a picture of some flowers to each one. So we'll slip this back in, and I'll go through this one in a little more detail, and then I will just real quickly open the others so you can see. Basically, they're all very, very similar. just different colors, really. So here we have, I wanted to include, I picked up some Coca-Cola, their sales pad, the bottling company, which was like, oh, yes, I need that. In another antique store at some point, I made this small little booklet, just a fun, just fun. Used some old stamps on there. And this I picked up a few years ago at a thrift store, this book, and it's all old Hollywood. I mean, it's amazing. It's all black and whites, but it's all these old vintage actors. Well, it's not just Hollywood, actually. It's even New York and whatnot, but it's all about the actors and the old silent movies and whatnot. And I recognized some of the people in there, but most not. So I thought that was fabulous, and it's a really nice heavy paper. So I wanted to include, and I just, these in it, just some really different, I wanted to give you some vintage papers that I have. I have so many things, and I just am going to start sharing those because it's just ridiculous to hoard them. So, oh, isn't that sweet? And this is actually some of my relatives that I don't know who they are, but it's in some of the stuff that I inherited, and I did some copying, and I just thought they were wonderfully sweet. And then I also have this amazing old stamp book, and these were thinner pages, and so I stitched 2 pages together to give it more body. And we have here a paperclip embellishment. Come on. And just a little tuck over. Also have some amazing atlas papers. And these came from a Christmas gift from some of my family. They know I love this kind of thing, and so they gifted me with that. And this is done with the embellishments that I've showed you that you can do with washi tape. And all of the papers here, not every paper is coffee dyed, but all of the dyed papers are done with coffee. I don't drink it, but I do use it. You feeling it? Gotta have some of that gorgeous, yummy, delicious glassine, you guys. And this is 1931. This again is from that book that I told you about. Just some fabulous pictures. And here's a pocket. And this, I won't open it up, but it's an old shorthand paper that has been dyed as well. Bit of fabric stitched onto the bottom. We've got some washi tape here, and there again I have some wonderful old vintage music papers, and this paper is nice and thick. And I've stitched on an embellishment with the fabrics and laces. Washi tape. This actually is rather new. This I got from Tuesday morning, actually, and did the coffee dyeing, but it just goes so beautifully. It's like, yes. And then here's another embellishment done with the washi tape and some old vintage ledger paper that's yellow. And then this I made, this is an old guest register that no one had used, but it's really old, and so I bought it and taken the papers out of that and used that, and it was a little wider, so I just folded it over and made a pocket, And there again, I use some of these, you know, the glam, the old Hollywood glam. And more writing. And here is the center. I've stamped heartfelt on both sides, and now we're going on the other side. So everything, excuse me, my voice is cracking. Hello. And this is part of the poster. And there again, Brown University. At the other side of that guest list. And I made a tiny little pocket, and I did it differently, you guys. Instead of putting the decorative part of the doily, you know, to the front, like we have a tendency to do, I just folded it over and put it this way, and it was like, well, yeah, why not? So that was a real fun thing that I tried. More of the music paper, and adding a little bit more fabric. Love to stitch fabrics in. And here's another double glassine pocket with more. I put flowers. I love flowers, and it's, you know, it's technically not spring yet, but I'm looking for it. And then another one of these fabulous. Oh, aren't these are so great. Oh, love them, love them, love them. And then another pocket with some more vintage, the two different pads that I had of the shorthand paper. And then we have an envelope that I created. Just a small little envelope that I stitched. And with a sweet little card that can go in there if you wish. And I also created from my crazy stitching, I backed the fabric onto paper, that nice rippled, I guess, with the texture in it. And there's one of these in every journal as well. And here, of course, is the other side of the postage, the stamp collector's book. More journaling. And then in 1930s, here's Katharine Hepburn. I do know who she is. She's before my time, but Cary Grant. So there are some that I do recognize, but like I said, most not. And here's some vintage little inchy photos, and I embellished with those. And that is the back, and that is it for this one. I just, oh my goodness, the crinkle, the lusciousness, the lace, the combination with the fabrics. I have to say, this is one of my favorite things that I have created that is totally me. This is totally me. I just, yeah. Okay. So the rest of these, I'm going to just show you. I'm going to do flip throughs very quietly, so you get the idea, but you know, this doesn't go on forever. I didn't make this envelope, but as you can see, it matches. Isn't that gorgeous? All right. Well, you know it's in there. This one I did some different things too on the back of the glassine. Added some elements and some a little bit of paint. As you can see, they are very, very similar. I did them in stages. And this was another hand-stitched envelope. Some of these photos are just, they're so dynamic. And I didn't copy them. These are the originals. I wouldn't copy them for obvious reasons. Okay, and this was a flour sack, a vintage flour sack, a feed sack, not flour sack, a feed sack that I picked up years ago in a garage sale somewhere. Somewhere, someday, sometime. And here's the blue one. Let's see the. And when I list them, they will be by their colors. Is how you'll be able to know which is which. I had so much fun doing these. So much fun. It feels good to use a lot of my vintage things that I've collected over the years and start sharing. Look at that. And a log cabin. And this I did not sew either. Oh, I'm a crunch addict. Oh my goodness. Got 3 more. And if you hear noises outside, I apologize, but they are building a home next door to us. Very sad. Our trees, well, they weren't ours, but we were looking next door to a beautiful little forest, and that forest got pushed down to make room for neighbors. Oh well, I'm sure there'll be nice people, and I'll probably be very grateful to have some wonderful neighbors. But it was sad to see the trees pushed down. This notebook, you guys, or one signature journal, whatever you want to call it, has oh, you know what? I didn't do a cross. I will do that. I'll leave that out to remind me. But it will have one the same as the others. These are just, I can't even begin to tell you how much fun I've had. I love, 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 love. Isn't that pretty? And there's another envelope that I did not. So, but I did cut out part of a page of a journal, or a book for that. Don't remember if that was Edith Holden or not, so I won't say, in case it wasn't. Handkerchief. We'll set that one over in a different spot. All right, here is the red one. Red and green, but not at all Christmassy. Look how cute. Get in there. Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, the texture. You are gonna love the texture. I'm just like, oh. 1921. Helen Hayes, Walter Connolly in The Good Fairy. Salvage. Old-fashioned hollyhocks. I love old-fashioned flowers. Hollyhocks are one of my favorites. Another small little envelope that I created, and the block with little journal writing on the back. Oh, and I don't have an embellishment here. Oh boy, okay. So I've got to set that aside and do that, but I will have one there as well. And the last one to show you in this video. This one has a little ladybug. Texture. All right. More of those hollyhocks. Oh, love them. And this even has this gypsy girl, bohemian looking. That would have made a great bohemian journal, but I don't do them. It's just not my thing. I think they're gorgeous, and I've admired many others that have done them, but I'm trying to stay true to myself and do what is my style, if I have a style. I apologize if I have done this flip through so quickly that you can't catch up. You can maybe play it in slow or back up and pause when there's something that you really want to take a peek at. I just wanted to give you the flavor, and this was great that I did the flip through for you, for myself as well, because I caught a couple of things that I need to include that I thought I had already done, but had not. So, just fun. Fun. Oops. And I will be going with glue on that one. This is actually a duct tape. So, they're so dramatic, aren't they? Up, and another one. Obviously, okay. There you go, you guys. You catch all my faults and whatnot. So I've got those 3 that I have to redo. Well, not redo, but add one thing in each of them to make them as fabulous as the others. So those will be in my Etsy store if you are interested at all. And please do stay tuned. Look for my next video because I'm going to show you how I make these covers. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you so much. It's just a wonderful way for us to connect. The internet has been an amazing thing, hasn't it? I know it has its downsides and whatnot, but I love being able to connect with people no matter where you are, that we have kindred spirits, that we love beautiful things, that we love art, that we love to create and work with our hands. And it's so amazing. And I can kind of visualize you just all in my shop, in my workroom, in my studio, and we're just all chatting and having a good time. And you might be anyway working on whatever project you are. I just love it. So if you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll think about doing that and click the little bell so that you get updates when I put a new video out there. Until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye now.